number 3, Cameron McDunn. At guard, number 15, Clay Borders. At forward, number 31, Stephen Bonsbuck. And at center, number 41, Pierce Kiesler. And now for the Barren County Trojans. Starting at one guard, a 6'2 senior, number 33, Garrett Otterburn. At a guard, a 5'11 senior, number 5, Parker Stevens. At guard, a 6'7 senior, number 12, Jared Coomer. At one forward, a 6'5 sophomore, number 20, Will Bandy. At your other forward, a 6'2 senior, number 40, Tyler Smith. Your Trojans are coached by assistants Matt Gardner, Lee Johnson, and Jared Browning. Head coach Warren Cunningham. The officials for this afternoon's game, Scott Daniels, Jamison Bailey, and Barry Bonds.
St. X gets on the scoreboard first, 3-0. Pressure in the backcourt. Stevens, who's got it, lobs it over to Arterburn. Arterburn sends it back over to Stevens on the left side. Stevens now drives, and a whistle. Going to get a foul here, and it's going to be charged to McDonald.
Two
That's
on
his
him.
second.
Yep, 2 in 2 minutes. Not much of a foul there. There's kind of just a play on, but we'll take it.
Substitution, Michael Liston, 5'8", 152 junior, that averages 2.5 points a game, comes in for the St. X Tigers. Right side is Arterburn. Arterburn brings it back out. He'll go down to the corner. Smith has got it. He'll give it back to Arterburn. Out front to Bandy. Bandy out between the circles. Left side over to Stevens.
I believe they're playing a boxing one, too. Got the little
like
guy
they did Edmonson County on Thursday night. Here's Coomer down low, and they reach in, and could have been a tie-up, but they're going to call a reach-in foul. And this one on Dillard, his first, team's third.
Had a lot of ball there.
Ball comes in the right corner, pulling the trigger. Arterburn, no good. Coomer with the offensive board, dribbles it back out. Around the top of the horn, they go left side over to Stevens. Stevens now out top. Arterburn straight away, three, no good. And going to have Bandy over the back of Bansbach. And on Bandy, his first. That'll be Barren County's first team foul.
Same shooting as Edmonson County so far. Cannot throw it in the ocean. Start the game here.
As St. X works with it, that's Liston. Now, they've changed jersey numbers today. 4 is actually James Taylor. He's going to drive to the bucket and lace it up and into the right hand on the left-hand side. So Taylor wearing number 4. Maybe some other changes we don't know about. We'll have to check that out in the book here in a minute. Coomer goes left side over to Stevens. Now Coomer jumps it back to Stevens. Left wing fakes, drives in, 15-footer left side. Got it. Parker Stevens.
Good ball fake, one dribble, pull up, and knocked it down. Good shot there.
And the first 2 points of the ball game for the Trojans, 5-2 with 4:45 to go here in the first quarter. Working with it out front is Liston. They give it to Taylor. Taylor wants to penetrate. Here's a jumper in the lane. No good. Ball batted outside and caught by St. X. Here's Keisler driving down. Pump fake, puts it up. No good. Tapped up in the air by Bandy. Taken by Stevens. Stevens goes left side. Arterburn into the lane. Throws up the shot. No good. Tapped up. Smith throws it back up and in off the window.
Good work there on the boards. Even though they're size-wise, the only one of them really in there that's big playing, and so far we're doing a very good job rebounding the ball.
With Tyler Smith with the first People's Bank shot. People's Bank in Glasgow working for you. Liston goes right side with it over to Borders. Borders will send it out to Taylor out front. Now Taylor on the dribble against Arterburn. They go right side over to Borders. They go down low. And there to Keisler. Back out for a 3. That's good for Borders. That's 2 in a row for Clay Borders.
Can't leave him. Doubling down and left him open for the 3. And he's knocked 2 of them down.
They shoot 36% as a team behind the arc. Here is Stevens with a basketball on the right side. He'll give it out to Bandy. Bandy working left. Now looking, still looking. Trying to find Stevens or Arterburn. Can't find him. Now back out to Stevens. Now Parker's going to set it up against James Taylor. Bounce pass off to Smith. And to Arterburn, he lays it up and in with the right hand, on the left hand on the right-hand side.
Got him back door there. Good play. High post to Tyler, and he found Garrett cutting to the back door for the not easy layup, but layup is anyway. So good play.
8-6, St. X by 2. Here's Borders again with a 3. Got it again. He is on fire. Borders with his third 3-point bucket. 11-6 St. X. 2:49 to play here in the opening quarter. Stevens goes right side. Coomer drives it into the paint. Got bumped. Shot goes up. No good. Yep, needed a foul right there. Didn't get it. And it's slapped at. Coomer tried to save it in bounds, diving to the basketball. Brandon Reed's going to check in for the Trojans. 6 foot 150 senior, averaging 4.3. He'll come in for Tyler Smith. So the inbounds pass for St. X is Liston. Coach Warren Cunningham hot with one of the officials right now for not calling that foul.
A lot of contact on that drive. A lot of contact.
Yeah. Here's Liston left side. Out to Borders. He walked. No call. Bad pass. Arterburn's got it for the Trojans. Garrett down the left side. Now holds up. Gives to Bandy. Bandy will give it back out to Arterburn. 11-6 the score. 2:10 to go here in the quarter. Stevens drops it down low in there to Coomer. Hook shot is an air ball. Taylor with a rebound for St. X. Pushing it down the floor. No look pass is going to be out of bounds to the Trojans.
He's still on the referee. Coach Cunningham's still on the referee.
Got another new player in for St. X, which I don't have a name or a number for. We'll have to look at it. Evan Walker, 35.
Big, strong kid.
Yeah. He's 6'5". You have him listed at 210. Turnaround shot by Bandy in the lane. Won't go. Rebound to Keisler for St. X. He'll give it off to Liston. Liston pulling up with a minute 37. Wants to drive against Parker Stevens. Parker cuts him off. He'll bring it back out. Gives it to Taylor. Minute and a half to go in the quarter. Now Taylor to Borders. Left side. Liston. Liston brings it back out. Now on the dribble. He'll give it back out to Taylor. Taylor gets a screen from Keisler. Wants to drive with it. Poked from behind, but Keisler caught it in the air. Out to Borders. Another three in the air. Good again.
Well, he's wide open. We lost him on the loose ball. We kind of lost him, and he stuck another one. 4
threes for Borders. It's 14-6. 55 seconds to go in the first. Brandon Reed, right side, dumps it down to Coomer. Coomer turns and fires and hits. Got a little 6-footer on the right baseline. Jared Coomer getting his first 2 points of the game.
Much better job that time. Last time he got it down there, he faded away with a hook, and that time he just faced the basket and went up strong. That's what he's got to do. He's too big to fade away and hook.
Liston in the lane, dumps it over to Taylor in the left corner. Taylor wants to drive and throws it up in the lane. No good. Rebound to Bandy. Outlet pass comes to Stevens with 27 seconds to play here in the first.
I feel like if we can, guard the boy that's hitting the threes, the other kids don't look like they're really that well offensively other than the big kid. We've done a good job on him so far.
Yeah. Stevens getting pressure by Taylor. High post at right elbow is Bandy. Hands it off to Arterburn. Three in the air is no good. Rebound taken by Borders. 3 seconds. 2. Liston will not get the shot off in time, or will they? Nope. 14-8. Louisville St. X leads Barren County after 1. We'll come back with the second quarter of the Barren Hoops Classic from Barren County High after this timeout, as you're following Trojan basketball on ESPN Radio 1230.
I go to South Central Kentucky Community.
The second quarter of the Barren Hoops Classic. Jay Turner with Chad Withrow. The Trojans trailing Louisville St. X 14-8. Second quarter sponsored by A.F. Crow and Son Funeral Home. Reminding everyone, please don't text and drive. Liston handles the basketball for the Tigers as he works now against Gavin Withrow. Good to have him back playing now after a sprained ankle. Freshman. Putting the pressure on Liston out of the right side. He'll go down to the corner to Keisler. He's going to fire it up there. High arching shot. No good. Rebounded there by Brandon Reed. He'll give it off to Withrow. Right side corner. Stevens. Stevens now looks. Wants to hand it back off to Coomer. Long range right. Back out now to Withrow. Guarded out there by Taylor. Angles off left. Reverses right. Throws a backdoor pass. Coomer. Cleaner shot. Goes up. No good. Rebound. Try to go back up. Smith. Should have been a foul there and no whistle. And there's a traveling violation. Finally, something is called, and the Trojans get it back.
I think the coaches called that one for him. It didn't look like he was going to call the walk, but all three coaches over here hollered, and I think they heard him. He did walk.
Yep. And they did foul, too, but they didn't call it. Pass comes out to Reed from Withrow, top of the circle. Right side, Withrow bounces it back to Reed. Top of the key, 3 ball is no good. And rebound crashing in there, loose on the floor, and coming up with it. Get a timeout here called by Coach Kevin Klein and the St. X Tigers. So we take a Coca-Cola timeout, open a Coke and enjoy the game. And earlier today, Trojanettes lost a 5-point game to a very good North Laurel team out of Region 13, 54-49. Louisville DeSales beat the Bowling Green Purples 66-45 in the second game today. And we got one more to go after this one. The Monroe County Falcons take on the Rockets of Shelby County.
Probably one of the better teams that the girls' team in Barren we played this year. Very good, fundamentally shot the ball really well. So thought our girls battled and played well. Just they hit 2 threes there in the fourth quarter when the game was really close, pushed it out to 5 or 6, and never could recover from that.
Trojanettes were only 6 of 13 from the foul line today. That
was cost them several games this year.
Elizabeth Bertram had 24 to lead Coach Piper Lindsay this afternoon. James Taylor handles the basketball for St. X. We've got another new player in the ball game. Ben Varga, 5'9", 145 freshman for St. X. Here's Taylor on the left side. Back out to Varga.
We'll know where 15 is.
Yep, he burned 4 threes there in that first quarter. Taylor driving, leaves it off in the corner. 3 in the air is no good. Follow-up is good for Keisler.
Got inside position, it come off the rim right to him, so hard to sometimes rebound out of his zone.
Trojans trail 16-8, 6:22 to go in the first half. Reed with the basketball for Barren, lobs it off to Coomer, and he'll be fouled, and I believe it's on Walker. That'll be his first personal, and 4th one on St. X. Coomer will toss it in, comes out to Stevens on the right side, dumps it back to Coomer, turnaround jump shot, 10, got it. Toss it in, comes out to Stevens on the right side, dumps it back to Coomer, turnaround jump shot, 10, got it. Taylor with the basketball for St. X. Comes to the near side. Varga back to Taylor. Taylor dribbles right. Now looks back left. Goes in the middle to Keisler. Back right side. Borders 3. No good this time. But rebound Walker back up and in. And probably a foul there, but they didn't call that either. They're not calling it on either end.
No, 5 fouls in almost a quarter and a half both ways. So.
With throw, picks up his dribble, long bounce pass, Coomer, ball got away from him, loose ball, jump ball, possession arrow back to the Trojans. Tyler Bush checks in for Coach Warren Cunningham, along with Will Bandy back in the lineup. Smith and Reed will go out. With 5:33 to go here in the first half, Barren County trails 18-10. To the 3rd best team in Region 7 in Louisville. Withrow picking up the basketball, having trouble. Finally got rid of it to Bush, and he got fouled. And it's on 15. That's Borders, his first. 5 on the Tigers in the first half. Parker Stevens sends it off on the right side, and Withrow's in a trap, got rid of it. Ooh, Coomer couldn't get to it in time. Garrett Ardman will return back to the Trojan lineup with 5:15 to play here in the first half. James Taylor with a basketball for the St. X Tigers. Gets a screen from Keisler, wants to drive between his legs. As Arterman picks him up, goes left side with it over to Varga. Varga down to the baseline, drives, trying to reverse that, blocked by Coomer. And Coomer tried to throw it off of Varga in midair, but it's going to stay with St. X.
Very low scoring game here. Slow pace.
Got to get some shots going here. Here's Taylor out of the right side, spinning, needs help, cut off, throws it underneath the Walker, missed the shot, ball tapped out. Arterman's got it for the Trojans. And they want a palm or a carry out there by St. X fans across the way. Stevens will set it up now for Barren. 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. Barren down 18-10. Coomer looking, hands it off to Bush. Left side it goes to Arterman, goes down to the corner to Stevens. Now Stevens wants to go baseline. He's cut off, back to Bandy on the wing. He'll hook it back down to Coomer. He'll go underneath and into Arterburn. Lays it up and in.
Good pass. Good pass. Garrett cut to the drove baseline. Garrett
he'll hook it back down to Coomer. He'll go underneath and into Arterburn. Lays it up and in. 12. Louisville St. Xavier. Right side, Varga giving it off to Taylor. Down low, here's Kiesler, and he puts it up and in.
He had two guys there, but they both went for the steal, and neither one got it for an easy two there.
20-12. That's the second basket for Kiesler. Both coming in this quarter. 3:45 to go in the first half. 20-12. Coomer, top of the key, three. No good off high. Kiesler with a rebound, gives it off to Taylor. Taylor into the front court, left side, wants to drive, cut off by Arterburn, going to call him with a foul. His first, that'll be the Trojans' second of the half. And back in for St. X is Kyle Bansbach, and also number 23, Andre Coleman, 6'2", 185, and a junior. Gavin Withrow returned for the Trojans for Parker Stevens. 3.5 minutes to play, second quarter. Barren down 20-12. It was Clay Borders that knocked down 4 threes in that first quarter for St. X. Taylor will set it up. He'll hand it out there to Varga. Weave going on with Coleman. Back to Taylor. Now Taylor wants to drive. Cut off. Steps back. Shoots the jumper. It is bouncing off. Ball knocked out of bounds. Going to give it back to St. X.
I think we fouled. It may have been off on them, but it looks like we kind of fouled. So
could have been a foul, or
I think so.
Even though they get it anyway.
No harm, no foul, I guess.
And now ball knocked away by Coomer, and they're going to call a foul on Jerry.
Blocked out on that one.
First team's third.
We come up with the ball, but I didn't see what happened.
Taylor will toss it in right side of the bucket. They feed it inside. Here's a hook shot of the lane. Good by Bansbach. And going to get a timeout here with 3 minutes to play in the first half. And with the score, 20, let's see, it's 22-12 now.
I thought it was 22. The scoreboard says 20.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they've got that on the board yet. Don't think they have. There we go.
Yeah.
10-point lead for St. X. So we have a timeout. We'll remind you again that Monday we'll be back here with the Trojan Hoops Classic as Barren County will play Cumberland County at 7:30 on Monday night. That'll be Adair County and Butler County in the first game at 6. We'll be back over on Nash Icon 103.7 Monday and Tuesday night, and then back here on ESPN 12:30 Wednesday at 11:45 for the pregame of the Trojanettes and Adair County.
Just not much energy. We just kind of going through the motions here, not.
Coomer, high post right, turns on the dribble, jump pass back out now to Withrow. He'll give it to Reed over the left side now to Arterburn. Back out to Reed. 2:40 left in the half. Trojans with only 12 points this first half. Withrow, and Reed falls down with the basketball and has to call a timeout. No, they called a jump ball before the timeout. Or after the timeout. Tried to get a timeout. They called a jump ball. And St. X will get it with 2:34 to go here in the first half. Coming back in, Clay Borders for Louisville St. X. He'll replace Ben Varga. 22-12 as Taylor will handle the basketball for St. X. It's a screen out top. He's going to drive to the basket, and shot rejected by Coomer and out of bounds.
Looks like a volleyball spot.
Yep, he was waiting for that one. $2:25 to go before the break. Taylor will toss it in to the right corner. Gets it inbounds, and Coomer having covered up. Bad pass picked off as Reed's got it. Here comes Coomer to the basket, a collision, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Jared Coomer. His second, team's fourth. Coomer wanted to go all the way to the basket and with determination, but ran over a St. X player.
You don't see many charges taken at the free throw line when a fast break, but he was set there. Probably a good call. 2 on him, so he's probably done for the half.
Yep.
He's been our only offense.
Here's a pass down and going to get a traveling violation on Coleman. And so Barren will get it back with 2:07 to go in the first half. Wow, we've scored 4 points this quarter.
Been a struggle, to say the least.
Left side, Arterburn. They hook it off in there to Smith. He goes to the basket strong and rolls it in.
Good move, good strong move.
22-14. Trojans needed that bucket. Minute 46 to go before the break. Taylor. And he'll throw it off in the corner left side to Bansbach. Now Taylor with it left side. Out to Kiesler. Over there goes to Coleman. Splits the defenders. Runs into Smith. And an offensive foul.
Tyler Smith has got to be leading the state of Kentucky in charges taken. I don't know how many he's taken before.
Haven't kept up with it, but he's had many.
Yes, he has.
22-14.
He'll stand in there and take them, that's for sure.
So if we can get on the basket here. Stevens back on the floor. Stevens, Arterburn, Reed, Bandy, and Smith on the court. Bounce pass off to Bandy. Now Bandy wants to drive it and going to get a foul here. And it's on 31. That'll be Bansbach. His first, number 7 on St. X here in the first half. And Will Bandy, the 6'5 sophomore at the line for Barren County. With a minute 19 to play before halftime, and 1-1 for Will Bandy. Shot goes up and it's good.
Good thing about it, we only scored 15, but we're only 7 down, so that's silver lining maybe. We'll look for something positive.
Bandy bonus try, good again. First free throws of the game for the Trojans, or for either team for that matter. Not shot any free throws first half. Been pretty quick.
Yes, it has.
22-16. Minute 10 to go here in the first half. Borders with the basketball. Hands it off out there to James Taylor. An 18-footer left side. Pops out on him. Rebound to Arterburn. 1 minute to play and a half. So we get another bucket here. Arterburn lost the handle, but picks it back up. Gives it to Stevens. 54 seconds to go here in the first half. Stevens will set things up with 48 seconds to go. Top of the key. Here's Tyler Smith. Inside the band. He had it knocked away, but Smith got it back. Reed's got it out front. Over to Stevens with 40 seconds to go here in the first half. Stevens puts down the dribble against Borders. Goes left side with it over to Arterburn. Hands it back off to Stevens with 32 seconds to play. They end up just holding it for one shot here.
Yeah, down to 26 seconds to go. Don't look like they're in any hurry to get a shot off. I think Coach Cunningham may be happy to go in down 4 or 6 at worst.
Yep. So Stevens now starts his move against Borders. Right side over to Reed. Reed looking, gets a screen from Smith. Wants to shoot the shot, and it's going to be off the mark. Smith follows and puts it in. 3 seconds to Taylor in a hurry, and he'll throw up a three-pointer shot. It is no good, and that ends the first half. Trojans have cut it to 4 here at the break at 22-18. Louisville St. X on top. We'll come back with the Zaxby's halftime report after this break. You're following the Barren Hoops Classic on ESPN Radio 1230. failed to mention that at halftime. But it was Borders that knocked down those 4 trays there in the first quarter that gave St. X the lead.
Right, yeah, he shot the ball really well. He got 12 of their 22, so just need to know where he's at, either man or zone. If you double down, you can't leave him.
Monroe County, Shelby County coming up. you want to look at 4.
We got it figured out.
Yeah, we got it straightened out. 41-31, is that what he was saying?
I think so. The referee was kind of asking Jay about the fouls, and
it was on Bansbach, wasn't it? That first one. Because Kiesler, I don't think he fouled in the first half.
I don't remember him.
Unless they had it switched, they meant to be 41 instead of 31. So we'll get it all straightened out, though. Stevens with the basketball. They work to the left side, and here's Bandy in the left corner. Out to Arterburn 3. Good.
Good pass.
That's the way to get it started.
Very good start. It's up to a 9-0 run now, going back into the second quarter. So,
first People's Bank 3-point shot for the Trojans. 22-21. Here's Kiesler with the basketball, right side for St. X. Out to Taylor, top of the key. Taylor back over the right side now to McDonald. Here's a lob. Down the baseline is falling out of bounds with a jumper 15. Partially blocked by Coomer. Loose ball on the floor. Still loose. Scooped up by Kiesler. Out of the right corner, they fire a 3, and it's good. That was McDonald. That is their 5th 3-point shot of the ball game. 25-21, St. X by 4. As they give it off to Arterburn. Left side over to Coomer. And back out top now is Parker Stevens. Back left side, Coomer. Gets a screen from Smith. Pulls up left of the circle over the right side. They dump it down to Bandy. Going to get a foul.
Jared's got to shoot that ball. Come off the ball screen there at the free throw line and had space, but decided not to shoot it, and coaches wanting him to shoot that one.
And that was on Bansbach, his second. Arterburn giving it into Bandy. Bandy fires it up and bounces off the rim. St. X the other way. James Taylor with it for the Tigers. Goes left side with it to Borders. Back out to Taylor. He'll back away. Now they whip it around the perimeter. With it is Borders, or excuse me, that is Bansbach. Kiesler back out to Taylor. Taylor, top of the circle. Right side is McDonald. Backdoor pass shot, no good. Follow good for Kiesler. Kind of tapped it lightly with both hands. Tigers 27, Trojans 21. 2 minutes gone here in the third quarter. Stevens with the basketball and it smacked out of his hands. Taylor putting the pressure on Parker Stevens. Now Coomer with the basketball gives it off to Stevens out front. Working left side. Now looks right, bounces it off to Coomer. Coomer wants to drive. He'll throw it up off the glass and a whistle. 41. That's Kiesler this time, his first, team second. And Jared Coomer at the line to shoot 2. Couple of field goals for the 6'7" senior. Technical foul has been called on 41. That's Kiesler.
Technical foul on number 41, Kiesler, is second.
So now that's 2 on Kiesler. Not sure.
He kind of looks in disbelief out there. I don't know.
Not
if
sure what was said or.
Not sure. We hear a chance to get 4 points right here at the free throw line. And the ball.
Yep. Jared Coomer, 77% free throw shooter. Coach Kevin Klein wanted an explanation. Free throw's good for Jared. His 5th point of the game. 27-22. Coomer fires and hits. 27-23. Now 2 more. It's on the way. Got it.
Hardest shot in basketball when you're standing
by yourself. Yep. See if he can make it 4 in a row. It's on the way. Got it. And now the Trojans have the basketball. They've trimmed it to 2 at 27-25. 5:45 to go in the third. And Arterburn will toss it in. It comes into Parker Stevens. St. X, who plays in the same region with Trinity and Ballard. Here's the lob down to Smith. One dribble, throws it up. It is no good. Bandy is going to be called for a push-off. And that'll be 2 on Will Bandy. First one of the second half against the Trojans.
Tyler left it just a little short. Like to see him finish that one.
Would have tied the game right there. 5:28 to go, third quarter. Barren within 2, 27-25. Taylor hands it off out there, and this is Bansbach with it. Now Walker, who's on the court. And now Taylor trying to make a move. Ken has to back it out. Gives it to McDonald. McDonald, whistle. What do we got here?
And
foul.
check on Parker. Yep.
And that will be his first and the team's second. And Taylor will toss it in. Right side of the St. X basket. Gets it in underneath the Walker. He puts it up, and it's going to come out. Rebounded there by Garrett Arterburn. Arterburn hands it off to Stevens. Stevens on the left side, back to Arterburn. He wants to drive with it, leaves it out with Coomer. Coomer wants to drive. He'll go in for the shot. Good. 10 points for Jared Coomer. Now we've got a tied game at 27. 4:48 to play in the third quarter. With it out front, McDonald. Over it goes to Borders. Taylor deep on the left side. Gets a screen from Walker. Pulls up. And that ball is going to skip off the head of Walker and out of bounds. Touched one of the Trojans. I don't know if it's Bandy, but then Walker skipped off a fingertip.
Yeah, we got he knew he touched it, but he's hoping the referee didn't see it. He reacted after that. But, yeah, good hands and chance to take the lead would be our first, if I'm correct.
Parker Stevens gives it to Tyler Smith out front. Over to Coomer. He wants to drive. He's cut off. Out to Stevens. He can't shoot. Now gets rid of it to Jared Coomer on the right side. Lobs it. Ooh, dangerous pass picked off in there by Walker. He had Smith fronted. And a spin move, and a pass is knocked away. Loose ball, scramble for on the floor. Stevens got rid of it off to Arterburn. Stevens pushes into front court now. And trying to get a screen out there. Here's Jared Coomer over the left side, Arterburn. He can't shoot. Now he has to dribble it back out. Throws it over to Brandon Reed. Reed back out now to Arterburn. 3:44 left in the third. Tied at 27. Here's Coomer down low on the baseline. Puts it out. He got smacked. Be 2 shots for Jared.
Good play there. They ran him below there on the baselines, reversed the ball, and he come through and was open and drove in and drew the foul. Good play.
McDonald, his third personal foul, 4 on St. X here in the second half. Jared Coomer at the line. Free throw goes up. He missed it off the front of the rim. Here's Kiesler back in the game for St. X. And Bansbach will go out. Chance here for the Trojans to take the lead. Jared Coomer's free throw is up, and it's short again. Wow, missed 2 in a row after hitting 4 by himself at the line. 3:35 to go in the third. Here's Taylor out front with it. Will Bandy will check into the next break for Barren County. Taylor out of the right side, halfway to the corner. He'll backtrack. Now goes back right side. He'll give it off now around the perimeter as McDonald has it. Back to Taylor. Taylor wants to drive. Arterburn trying to stay with him. He's going to pop up an 18-footer. It is no good. Rebound Tyler Smith. Comes off to Parker Stevens. Sends it off to Arterburn. Arterburn now will throw it out across over to Coomer. Coomer now shows it back out to Stevens. Just under 3 minutes to play. With a tied game at 27. Coomer, high post right. Trying to be strong with the basketball. Throws up the shot. It's going to drop in. Barren takes the lead.
The guy's guarding Jared is quick. Don't let him drive, but once he gets it down in the lane, there's not much he can do. Timeout St. X.
Yep. So Barren has taken the lead after trailing 22-12 at one time. They've come back outscored St. X 17-5.
Big run to get us the lead, and now we just got to sustain the intensity that we've come out with in the third quarter here and try to get some distance between us and them in this third quarter, where it's not maybe another one-possession game going down to the wire like it was Thursday night over Brownsville.
One more game to go here today in the Barren Hoops Classic. Monroe County Falcons will take on Shelby County at about 5:15. Back here Monday night with the Trojan Head Classic. We'll be on there at 7:15 on Nash Icon Monday and Tuesday, and then back here on ESPN Wednesday and Thursday of next week. James Taylor set it up for St. X. They go right side with it. Back out top is Walker. They go back left over to Taylor. Down to Kiesler. Turns and fires over Bandy, and they're going to call him with a foul. It's 3 on Will Bandy. 3 on the Trojans here in the second half. 2 shots for Pierce Kiesler. He's a 52% free throw shooter on the year. And his shot is in the air, and it's good. That's their first free throws of the ball game. And that makes it 29-28 Trojans. Bandy checks out with those 3, and Tyler Smith back in. Kiesler back at the free throw stripe. It's on the way, and he hit them both, shooting at 52%.
Didn't look like a 52% on those two.
Now they trap the ball out of the press. Stevens has to call a timeout. He got pressured into the corner, had nowhere to go. So tied at 29, 2:19 to play here in the third quarter. I mentioned about Louisville St. X. They play in the same district with Louisville Male, Brown, and Louisville Collegiate.
Never heard of the Brown Collegiate.
I think they're private schools in downtown Louisville. And then in the 7th region, they play against Trinity and Ballard, Manual, and Wagoner. And they've already played Wagoner and lost by 14. Wagoner was rated 5th in the preseason poll. Trinity and Ballard rated 1st and 2nd.
Tough region. Tough football in that area.
Oh, yeah.
Also.
St. X and Trinity going head-to-head in football.
Right.
All right. St. X will set up in a 1-2-2. They try to trap the ball. Arterburn sends it over to Stevens. Stevens back to Arterburn. Going to have to get it across. They do. Back to Stevens on the right side. Hooks it back out to Arterburn. Now down to Smith. Gives it to Coomer. Coomer working inside. Goes to the basket. Flips up the shot. It's no good. Smith trying to go back up. Got a foul.
So Tyler's done a really good job on the offensive boards tonight. He seems like he's 4 or 5 right around the basket and put them back in this time. Hopefully 2 free throws will fall for him.
2 fouls on Clay Borders. 5th one on St. X here in the second half. Tyler Smith. Free throw in and out. So we missed our last 3 in a row now.
Tie game, and those are big.
Minute 59 to go here in the third. Tied at 29. Smith can give the Trojans the lead. He misses it. Long rebound comes off to Taylor. Taylor pushing it into the front court. Crossover right down the lane. Lays it up. Missed it short. Batted against the air and went up and in. Wow.
Know how that
Who did he give the basket to?
Sure.
I'm not sure who he got. Who he give it to?
No, I'm not sure.
31-29. We'll give it to Kiesler, I guess.
Oh.
Pass sailing out of bounds, and St. X is going to get it back.
That went over your head.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had one sail over my head before. Well, Trojans down 2, 31-29. Kiesler turns, goes against Smith, puts it up, it's no good. Rebound to Coomer. Push it down the floor. Coomer is going to be fouled. Got a new player in the ball game, and that's James Shepard, 6'2", 195, and a senior for Louisville St. Xavier.
I think that's who the basket. He was there and tipped a minute ago
Shepard?
on that shot. Yeah, I'm not sure if they give it to him, but he went
let's
up
put
for
it
the
down.
rebound.
He don't have any points. We'll give it to him, I guess. Barren County's ball down 2 with a minute 24 to go in the third quarter. Stevens, pressure by Taylor. Left side, Gavin Withrow's back on the court. Looking for Coomer, and we're going to get a whistle here and a foul. Yeah. And it's on Shepard again. That's his first.
Jared cut toward the ball, and he just, in a good block in football there, that one was.
Well, that puts the Trojans into bonus, and for the rest of the game with a minute 17. They take advantage of them. Free throw's good. So after Jared hit 4 in a row, missed his last 2, comes back with that one. He's 5 out of 7. And he's got 11. 31-30, can tie it right here. Puts it up, and it rims off. And you're going to get a foul on Brandon Reed with a hold, they say. First one on Brandon Reed, fourth one on the Trojans here in the second half. 1-point ball game with a minute 15 to go in the third. Barren down 31-30 to St. X. Here's Taylor with the basketball. Crosses into the front court. Veers off to the right, hooks it back left, over to Borders. Borders back out now to Taylor. 1 minute to play here in the third quarter. Taylor working against Withrow, up and under. Feeds it across, and it's out of bounds, they say, off of the Trojans. I thought it might have went off of Shepard.
Hit him in the chest, but Brandon must have hit it on the way out.
54.6 to go. As the ball comes out, here's Shepard driving. No, to Kiesler's 18-footer, good from the right side. And that's his 10th point of the game. 33-30, Withrow giving it off to Coomer. Coomer now getting it across. He's going to drive. He's going to go to the basket, try to dunk it over Kiesler. No good. Reed back over to Stevens. 3-ball in the air. No good. It spins out. Ball's loose on the floor. And we're going to get a timeout as I believe Shepard dived for it along with 2 Trojans being Coomer and I believe Stevens was down there. But they get a timeout with 30.2 seconds to go. St. X 33, Barren County 30. Full timeout. We'll take a Coca-Cola timeout. And remind you that our last game this evening here at the Barren Hoops Classic is Monroe County against Shelby County. And then back here Monday night for the Trojanette Classic as Barren County Trojanettes will take on Cumberland County, 7:30. Adair County and Butler County will play the first game at 6. We'll be on there at about 7:15 Monday night over on 103.7 Nash Icon. And then Tuesday night, Trojanettes will play host to Butler County here in the Trojanette Classic. That game at 7:15 as well, as there'll be Adair County and Cumberland County in the first game at 6. And then Wednesday, we'll have a 12 noon game with Trojanettes taking on Adair County, and we'll be back here on ESPN Radio. Again, all games that are before 4 o'clock in the afternoon, any daytime games, are here on ESPN Radio. Anything after that, of course, back on our normal regular programming for sports, Nash Icon 103.7. 30.2 to go here in the third. Trojans down 33-30. St. X will have the basketball.
Looks like we're setting up into the 1-2-2 trap here and half-court trap.
Will Bandy on the bench with 3 fouls. Gavin Withrow playing on top of the 1-2-2. As they get rid of it off to McDonald, who's back in the game playing with 3 fouls. McDonald now bounce pass long over to Taylor. 14 seconds to go. Back to McDonald. McDonald back to Taylor. And Taylor comes over to the middle. 6 seconds to go. Pass over to McDonald. Long looping pass. Here's Kiesler off the glass and in. Shot it in midair. That will do it for the third. After 3, it is Louisville St. X 35, Barren County 30. We'll come back with the final quarter after this timeout as you're listening to the Barren Hoops Classic on ESPN Radio 1230.
It's the most wonderful time.
Quarter left here at Barren County High of the Barren Hoops Classic. 35-30, Trojans trail Louisville St. X. And the Tigers have the basketball. This fourth quarter brought to you by Citizens First Bank. Come grow with us. Here's a pass over the left corner, and they pull the trigger for three, and it's short. Rebound in there, Tyler Smith. Giving it to Garrett Arterburn. Now Parker Stevens will bring it up. He'll work against McDonald. Coming out to get it is Smith. Back to Stevens. Stevens out on the left side looking. Popping out to get the pass is Coomer. He'll go back to Stevens on the left wing. Bandy's back in the game. There's a foul from behind. They try to go to Bandy down low, and the foul is going to be on Shepard, his third, team's eighth. They put Will Bandy at the free throw line for one in the bonus. Will Bandy, 2 free throws is all he has scored in this game. Free throw is no good. Wow, we missed a bushel.
Yep, here in the second half.
That is not good.
5 out of the last 7, if I recall. 6 out of the last 7.
And blocked off, and Kiesler, as Stevens tried to tie it up there. Shot out of the right corner, good. Oh, a big shot for McDonald. That's his second try of the game.
Seems like every loose ball that ends up in their hands for a three-pointer.
Back up to 8. And Coomer in the corner. Stevens for 3. No good. Rebound to Shepard for St. X. An 8-point lead now. Here's a pass thrown away. Tipped off of Kiesler and out of bounds. Barren will get it. 6:48 to go in the ball game. Down by 8.
Lucky there. They had a guy behind our defense. And good pass. He just let it slip off his fingers.
And here's a pass up to Bandy. Across it goes to Smith. He goes strong. Had it smacked out of his hands and out of bounds by McDonald. Will stay with the Trojans underneath at 6:41 to go. And Barren down 38-30. And they finally get it out to Stevens. He lost the handle. Saved in bounds, and here comes St. X. Shepard to the rack. Had it knocked out of his hands by Arterburn.
Garrett hustled back and knocked the ball out of his hands. Sure layup there.
St. X and Reed for Barren. With 6:34 left. And in the corner, another three-point try, and he airs an air ball this time. Arterburn's got it. Gives it off to Stevens. Stevens now to Arterburn. Goes down left corner to Reed. Reed back out to Arterburn. Arterburn on the dribble, getting pressure from Taylor. Back out to Stevens. And now Coomer in the right corner. Back to Reed in the wing. And now back out to Stevens. Swings it left to Arterburn. Smith comes to set a pick. He's going to drive, throws it up on the run, and banked it in.
Big shot. He needed that one. Good move. He needs to attack more, I think.
Garrett Arterburn with a People's Bank shot. 38-32. Trojans down 6. 5:55 to go. Taylor's going to be fouled by Garrett Arterburn. His second, team's 5th.
Put them 2 hands on him. They're going to call it every time. He got both hands down around his chest and whistled for the foul. Quick guard.
Yeah.
Had to kind of back off of him, maybe make him shoot a 3, but
shot out of the corner short, and Kiesler tried to go for it, taken by Reed. Reed taking it down the right side, holds up now, looking, throws it out to Coomer, straight away over to Arterburn. Takes the pass over to Stevens. Now sends it back out to Coomer. 5:38 to go. Barren down by 6. Right side is Reed, covered up by Taylor. Gives it in there to Coomer. He lost the handle, but it was out of his hands. And I believe it was Walker that got a hand on it.
A lot of traffic down in there. You want Jared going toward the basket, and that's what that play was designed to do.
As they keep looking, it comes out. And a foul here on Taylor. Fouls Parker Stevens, his second. Team's 9th. And so Parker Stevens at the line. He had a basket back in the first quarter. Need to score when you're at the line like this.
Clock stop.
Missed it. Wow.
Both hurt. You just wonder maybe if their legs aren't getting a little tired.
I don't know.
Everything we've missed have been short. So.
Of course, St. X played last night.
Yeah.
Then had to make the trip down. Kiesler Hands it off to Taylor. Taylor working it into the corner. Now has an open look at a three. No good.
Yep, I believe
offensive rebound. Taylor back up, foul.
I believe I would make him beat us from the three. That hit the backboard first. Quick guy and back off of him just a little, but he got his own rebound. That's the
smallest player on the floor, really.
Taylor at the line for two.
Taylor's a 39% free throw shooter, if I see the stats right. But he hit that one. Unless they put their stats online wrong.
They have fooled me. They're that bad of free throw shooters. I don't think they've hit the rim on all three of them, have they?
No. 3 for 3. Taylor puts it up in the air and got them both.
I don't believe he's a 30-something free throw shooter.
They lied to me online, I guess. 40-32, 8-point lead for St. X.
Some of that fake news.
There you go. Here's Arterburn over the left side now to Stevens. 4:50 to play. Barren down 8. Gonna have to get something going here.
Yeah, they've kind of gone to a sagging man with pressure on the ball. Just can't find any driving lanes to get to the basket. Somebody's gonna have to make a shot.
Reed dribbled it off the back of his foot and out of bounds. James Taylor with it for St. X. Leaves it off out there, and with it is Bansbach. Now Kiesler with it on the right side. Back out to Taylor. 4:17 to play. Low-scoring ball game. Spinning, going up with a jumper. No good. Coomer with a rebound for Barren. He'll give it over to Stevens. Dumps it down to Bandy in the corner. Turns and fires. Got it.
Good pass. Good look.
First field goal of the ball game for Will Bandy. 40-34. I'll try to force a turnover here.
Need something.
Down 6. Here's Taylor with it. Lobs it down to Kiesler. Working around Coomer. Underneath. Wide open shot. Putting up and in is Bansbach flashing down the lane. It's 42-34.
Good look there. He got on the baseline and thought he was going to shoot a reverse, but
Coomer shovels it in there to Bandy. Lays it up. Missed it. And rebound. Going to get a whistle. A foul on Will Bandy.
Good cut. Good pass. Just didn't finish. Right in front of the rim. Just a little hard off the back of the rim.
4 fouls on Will Bandy, 7th one on the Trojans here in the second half. Tyler Smith comes back in. Barren has missed 7 free throws here in the second half.
We're down 8.
And some of those, well, at least 2 of them were front ends and 1 in bonus. Bansbach at the line. He missed the shot. Rebound to Smith. And if you want to put somebody on the line, Bansbach would be the guy. He shoots 18% from the foul line, unless that's not right.
That looked more like 18%.
Stevens had a look at a 3. Top of the key now, needs a help. Goes to Coomer. Coomer wants to drive, shovels it up, scoops it up and in.
Good move. Good strong move through traffic and finished at the front of the rim.
Down 6, 42-36. 3 minutes to play. Taylor with the basketball. Taylor. Here on the near side is Borders. Borders hit the 4 threes back in the first quarter. Has not scored since. Here's Taylor driving. Throws up high over Coomer. No good. Rebound by Borders, a 3. It comes off. Coomer rips it down, and he's going to be fouled.
Got a chance to cut it back to 4 with these 2 free throws here.
Foul on 31. That is Bansbach. His 3rd personal, and that's 10 on St. X. So double bonus rest of the way. 2:38 to go. Jared's 5 of 8 from the foul line. First of 2, good. 42-37.
Still think we got 1 run in us here the last 2:38. Got back down to 4.
42-38. As McDonald will bring it up. 2.5 left. Hands it off to Borders. He's in a trap. Almost had a turnover there. And Kiesler in a trap. Back out to Taylor. Taylor, top of the key. Getting pressured now. A pass over the head, but caught by Borders in the corner. Goes baseline. Bounce pass underneath to Kiesler. Puts it in and draws a foul. Almost jammed it with both hands.
Yep.
And foul on Barren County. Going to be on 33, Garrett Arterburn. His third, team's 8th.
That ball was a half inch from going out of bounds, and somewhere or another he got a hand on it, and every loose ball seems like it's ended in a basket for them.
Yeah. Free throw, but Kiesler's good. He has scored 11 points here in the second half, 15 for the ball game, and now it's back up to 7 at 45-38.
We'll have to play a little pace here. Going to have to pick up the pace and try to get a shot off quicker than what we've been.
Here's Coomer with it, a high post, turns, hands it off out to Stevens. 3 in the air, no good. Rebound pulled down by Bansbach. Gives it to Taylor.
Had it.
Taylor weaving it down, giving it into Bansbach, out to Borders, back to Taylor. Circles back out with 1:47 to play. And going to get what here? Foul?
Parker.
His second. That'll be number 9 on the Trojans here in the second half. Cameron McDonald at the line. He's knocked down a couple of three-point shots this afternoon, and he's getting one in the bonus here. Shot goes up and in. Pushes it back out to 8. 46-38 with 1:44. And got them both.
I don't think we want to foul him.
No. 7 out of 8 at the line for St. X. 47-38, 9-point lead. Coomer, three-pointer in the air. And comes out. Rebound taken by Borders. Taylor into the front court with 1:28. He'll get rid of it over to McDonald. Down low underneath. Shot put up and in by Kiesler. 49-38. Largest lead for St. X with 1:17 to go. Stevens with the basketball trying to penetrate. Goes down the lane. Flips it up. It's no good. And then Breed back off the glass. No. And Bandy follows and puts it in. 49-40 with 1:08 to go, and a full timeout call by Coach Warren Cunningham. Well, the next game for the Trojans will be next Thursday in Gatlinburg against the Flowery Branch team out of Georgia. Flowery Branch, located about 50 miles northeast of Atlanta.
What's their mascot?
I'll have to look back at my notes. I can't remember.
The pedals?
Well, I'm not sure about that, but I know that if we, whatever we do that first game, we will play either Gatlinburg Pittman or Livingston Academy on Friday.
Looking forward to a trip down to the Great Smoky Mountains. Hadn't been there in a while.
Got to take your own table and chairs.
Take your own table. You're taking the table.
We're taking
I'm
everything
taking
but the kitchen sink down there next Thursday.
You're taking the table and I'm taking the chairs. So. Now, we could stand up, I guess, but I guess that'd get along, wouldn't it?
Yeah, especially if we're like, they put us beside the scores table or next to the bench.
We might stand out a little bit, mightn't we? We couldn't hide.
St. X basketball gets the pressure of the Trojans, and they got to baseball it down the floor. Got a 2-on-1. Kiesler will slam it. Exclamation point there for St. X. 51-40. Three-pointer bingo for Garrett Arterburn. That's his second People's Bank three-point shot of the game, but maybe too little too late here with 52.7 left, and Barren down 51-43.
Yeah, that was on the pull-up there, deep three. As I said earlier, Garrett sometimes is aggressive, but I think sometimes he needs to be more aggressive. I know the coaches want him to be aggressive, and sometimes he defers to others, but he's good enough where he can create a shot or two every now and then.
Yeah, he's got 12 today.
Played well.
Jared Coomer with, 8, 10, 12, 14, 6, 17 points, looks like today.
So they got 29 of the 43.
Yeah. Just not enough scoring.
No, we've struggled to had spurts where we put the ball in the basket, but for the most part, we struggled to score again tonight. So 2 games in a row. Hopefully, next week, 3 games in 3 days. You know, we need to find the offense before we head south.
Yep.
Eight-point game. Not likely, but I've seen stranger things happen before.
Yeah.
Quick foul here. Don't let them run out for another dunk. There he goes.
And the ball comes into play. Kiesler lost the handle. Coomer's got it. Need another 3-pointer here real quick with Stevens out to Reed. He's going to fire it up for 3. It is no good. Rebound to Walker for St. X and a foul on Jared Coomer. That's going to be his 4th. Team's 10th, so they'll be in the double bonus with 41 seconds to play. It's going to send Evan Walker to the free throw line. First shot is on the way. It's good for Walker.
Into the Trojan lineup, number 20, Will Bandy.
52-43. Will Bandy back in the game for Tyler Smith. And he got them both. Back up to 10 with 41 seconds to play. St. X 53, Barren County 43. Parker Stevens trying to get free. Can't. Gives it off to Arterburn. Long 30-footer in the air. No good. Long rebound comes out. Walker's got it with 27 seconds to play. Gives it off to Taylor.
Coach Cunningham says no foul, so we'll run the clock down here. 20 seconds to go.
St. X will improve to 5-2 on the year. Barren County will drop to 5-3 on the season. With 12 seconds to go, Taylor will just bounce the basketball, let the clock run out. And the final score will be St. X 53, Barren County 43. We'll come back with the Zaxby's halftime report following this break as you're listening to Barren Hoops Classic on ESPN Radio 1230.
Does this sound like you? Or maybe your inner biker sounds like